Hi, thanks for being interested in our new book on redefining planning and assessment. Children's Eyes, giving you a perspective through pedagogical documentation that I've done together with my colleagues Christie and Anthony Semann. I think there'll be much in it that will interest you, but just to tempt you today, I want to invite you to think about a chapter I did with my colleague Tamara Holmes from Adelaide. She had Nikki in her group, and he looked out the window at their center and saw little golden statues on the top of the building next door. This was enough to get her interested in thinking about sustaining thinking by noticing what children notice. It's one of the chapters in a book which I think will just energize you to think with your colleagues and friends about other ways to redefine planning and assessment, prioritizing children, and looking through pedagogical documentation. I'm Alma Fleet, and I wish you all the best with your new explorations. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Adam, and here's a little insight into what you can expect from Chapter 1. This chapter sets the stage for the book, offering a picture of pedagogical documentation. What is it? Why does it matter? And how does it shape our thinking and practice? It explores the way documentation can move beyond record keeping to become a tool for reflection, collaboration, and meaningful learning for children, families, and us as practitioners. So whether you're new to this work or deep into it, Chapter 1 invites you to consider how documentation can spark curiosity, make children's thinking visible, and strengthen the ways that we learn together. We really hope you enjoy.
Hi, it's Anthony Semann here, one of the editors of the new book called Redefining Planning and Assessment. Myself, Adam Christie, and Alma Fleet are really excited to bring this book to life. For those of you out there wanting to explore the role pedagogical documentation has in facilitating assessment of children's learning, but also informing your program, well, this is the book for you. It contains stories of practice from a range of people, consultants, but also practitioners, as they share examples of their work and their thinking with you. So if you haven't grabbed the copy yet, please do. I'm sure this will sit nicely on a bookshelf in your early childhood program or will be used as reading with your team. For educational leaders, an invaluable resource as well to further your thinking. So grab your copy now and enjoy every single idea and word that is scattered throughout this book.
Hi, Dr. Deborah Harcourt here, and along with colleagues Chanel, Sky, and Sophie, I'm really proud to have been part of this book. And I hope that in our chapter, you'll see how a really consistent 10 years of transformational change, what it's resulting in is absolutely stunning. So I hope you enjoy our chapter. And you'll hear from each of the 3 pedagogical coordinators who are co-authors with me about how it's impacted their lives, the educators' lives, and of course, the children's lives. I really hope you enjoy it, and I hope you find it inspirational.
I have read 3 brilliant chapters as part of this book because I had the honour of responding to several authors who sit very close to practice and offer some really insightful ideas and thinking about the role of pedagogical documentation and assessment, but also some practical tools that I'm in no doubt people will walk away and be able to apply straight away in their context. Congratulations to all of the authors that have contributed to this incredible resource that I think and I imagine will be sitting on tables in early childhood settings, underlined, it'll be discussed and unpacked and really contribute to that intellectual work of the early childhood profession. Looking forward to reading other chapters soon.
The gift of leadership comes with both opportunity and responsibility. I sometimes worry that we're in a climate of pedagogical suffocation amongst a sector crying out for deeper conversation and meaning in our work. Instead of avoiding disruption, we must invite it. Instead of always knowing, we must be bravely curious, trusting that this process is what generates something new. We, as leaders, can protect that space for slow documentation and hold a longer view of what it means to companion practitioners into new terrain with their documentation.
One of the things I love about pedagogical documentation is its inseparable relationship to narratives and stories. Stories, whether short or long, have both their authors and their protagonists, and stories often have their unpredictable and ever-unfolding twists and turns, their connections to heart and to feelings and emotion, and both their upfront and their underlying messages. Pedagogical documentation, for me, is so often a complex and beautiful story of children's and adults' thinking.
Hi, my name's Jessica Dubois, and I had the privilege of contributing to this book. I was honoured to co-author a chapter with Adam Christie, and our chapter is called Leading the Process, Finding Ways to Make It Happen. Designing cultures, vision and values. Just as we understand that pedagogical documentation is first and foremost a philosophical orientation to teaching and learning, so too do we advocate for the intentional design of your vision, values and cultural norms. These are at the heart of how and why we work in particular ways, the enablers for doing the work. They hold us in alignment in the times of pedagogical wobble, challenge or crisis, and they guide us in our search to be the best educators with and for children, families and each other.
The temple story, how it started and then more. February is a busy time of year with children learning about spaces and routines, as well as learning about each other, us and about themselves as independent thinkers. A child named Nicky called out to me. He wanted to share something he'd noticed through a high up window. I took photos of Nicky pointing and scrawled down his words on a bit of paper. If I come to think of it, this act of stopping began earlier. Considering our shared values at Pennington, there is a strong culture of listening to children, noticing, being curious and wanting to understand and know more.